M.A.N.iFest, part acronym, part destiny. I'll tell you what I mean. It stands for Music, Arts, and Networking. And Fest, of course, Festival. I'm joined again by my buddy Alex Flowers, better known as Doc Scholar! You might remember that. And Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Holland, who are both playing big roles in all the events that are coming up for M.A.N.iFest. Fellas, welcome to my Carolina.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
What does M.A.N.iFest mean to you?
So M.A.N.iFest is like the DNA of the North Carolina Colored State Fair that happened in the late 1800s. It's bringing everyone together to learn about the culture and to learn about the impact African Americans have made, especially in STEM, before and after emancipation.
Excellent. You, sir?
M.A.N.iFest means to me, and I think we're kind of somewhat getting ahead of ourselves when I think about it, because I think about the play that's going to happen. Freedom to what? We haven't come in far enough, and I believe that there's still some room for us to make improvements as a community for people of color, people that are marginalized, and people that really, really need a hand up.
Absolutely.
Let's keep going on that point. When you talk about going into the future, and we're saying from freedom to what, where does the minimum start? Like, what foundation do we need before we can build on top of it and continue into the future better than we were before? Like, what the opinion? Like, we're just chatting it up.
I think we need a level of understanding of as to where we are. We need to be realistic as to where we are right now. I think we can do better in our schools. We can do better in our communities with sharing or educating everyone on some of the health disparities some of the communities of color are experiencing. And also, when it comes to education, we need to make sure that we are in a place where all have an opportunity to receive the proper education.
Absolutely.
Farm called Sankofa up in northern Durham. I went there and did a piece there. Black-owned farm that donates the crops to their community. And he made it pretty simply put, you can't go anywhere into the future unless you know where you came from. You have to know where your roots came from, where your origins existed at, before you can build something to put us into the future. You know, you got to know like what that foundation came from.
Absolutely.
So we're looking at from freedom to what. So it's interesting because we can think about what freedom is, but to what? Okay, your freedom, and now what? Should we be happy with the progress?
Oh, sure.
Like, should we think that there's more to go? Like, how do you guys feel?
Yeah, so I can say to you that being a new, to have that freedom initially, you had to think about, what did they feel? Did they feel joy? Did they feel sadness? Did they know where to go? Did they know how they were going to have resources? How were they going to take care of their family? All of these different challenges was presented to them at that very moment. So although they're pretty excited, I'm sure, about having freedom, it was almost like, but freedom to do what? Freedom to go where?
Yeah, I certainly agree. And when you think about freedom to what, you have resources that level the playing field. I think we have a better chance at being able to reach down and pull the person up that's behind you instead of it being all about you. Sure. You have to think about the generations are to come. So we need to make sure that we are establishing programs, that we are developing a network that really, really help our people.
So June 19th at 6:30 at the Fuquay Varina Art Center. You can look it up on www.manifestfv.com/events. You can get all the information about that day, but really, the Freedom to What play is an encore presentation. I came to you last time and presented it. It was a sold-out event with a standing ovation. So if you missed it last time, you definitely don't want to miss it this time.
I agree. And I think it really told a story.
Facts.
You know, it told a story of a family that were experiencing, you know, some of the things that people experienced back then. And they were saying, okay, freedom to what? What are we going to do now? Now that we have received our emancipation, what are our next steps? Where do we go from here when it comes to education, or it comes to our healthcare, where it comes to the basic necessities, the things that you need just to be alive?
Absolutely. And I love that they're going to learn about the Jenkins family. So not Roscoe Jenkins. You're going to learn about Estelle, Leah, and Jerome, and how did they actually talk about freedom as a family, as a collective together. So it's actually educating the youth about the beginning of Juneteenth. How did it start? Knowing about Dr. Opal Lee and the impact that she made on Juneteenth, being the founder, the mother of Juneteenth.
And I have to look at the audience here and say this is not an infomercial, but wait, there's more coming up after the break. There's several more events coming up on the 21st. We'll be right back. Carolina, we're still going over these fantastic events that you're going to want to check out. I'm still here with Doc Scholar, Mr. Alex Flowers, and Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Holland, and we're going to start right now diving into the Fun Run Walk Health Resource Fair. Tell me all about it.
It's going to be a great event. We're going to be able to get our stretching on, our yoga and Tai Chi, right before we dive into our 2-mile walk that I'm so happy to know that the town has helped us with the route, so it's going to be a safe route. We're going to have volunteers that are going to be passing out water, snacks to make sure everybody's energized. And at the very end of that walk, we're going to have a health fair. The health fair, we're going to have multiple vendors that are out there. We're also going to have a DJ that's going to be out there hyping everybody up, because you know we got to have music, right? We got to have our music, and it's going to be just a great day.
Good vibes, good people, right?
That's right.
And everyone's invited?
Everyone's invited, all ages, not just youth, not just adults, but all ages.
Excellent. So then I turn now to the Black Wall Street Generational Wealth Fair. You want to go on that?
Sure, that's going to be a great day as well. We're going to have a partnership with Tribor, which is Triangle Board of Realists. They're going to be rendering seminars for Home Buying 101, what to do with Big Mama's house, because we need to know about the estate planning.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're also going to have
financial literacy.
Yes, thank you. Financial literacy for not just the adults, but we're going to have it for the youth as well. And it's going to be a great day. And so come on out. All are invited, all ages, not just adults, not just youth, but all.
Generational is what impacts me the most when I think about an event like this, because being able to prepare your family for the future is what you don't really know how to do unless somebody teaches you sometimes. Well, there's still more events, and this is where I turn to you, Mr. Doc Scholar. STEMFest.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, so tell us all about it.
All right, so STEMFest is the first and only Juneteenth-inspired clinical trial party STEM festival. Now, I created it that way so that more people can understand that African Americans made an impact in STEM before and after emancipation. But you're going to learn about this at this event. So first, we're starting off with what's called an actual game show. So it's called Manifesting Greatness. You're going to think about certain songs that you listen to that had mathematics in it that you didn't think about, hip-hop songs. You're going to be challenged to see how does your math really math. Or then right after the actual game show, we're going straight into what's called STEM Crawl Practitioner. We're going to have hip-hop experts to actually share with you the science behind DJing, the science behind MCing, graffiti, B-boys, and then myself, the knowledge factor. So people are going to learn chemistry that is actually in the music.
In a fun way.
In a fun way. And then not last but not least, there's going to be 21 individuals that's going to class. They're tagged at the backboard that are actually going to defend their dissertation. They're going to talk about how math is actually applied in their everyday life. And who knows, the crowd can actually play a role. You're going to determine if these individuals are going to graduate on time. Or have to battle me with a debate. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for everyone to be engaged. So we're looking forward to just sharing how mathematics, unfortunately, sometimes get a bad rap, just like hip hop. But we're going to make it, engaging and a fun time for everyone.
One more thing to get to.
Yeah.
Saints and Aints. What is that?
So Dasan Hanu, nationally recognized poet, educator, MC, is actually bringing his play called Saints and Aints. This is a play for everyone, stage play, so it's going to be puppetry, storytelling, his poems about Christianity from the church standpoint. But the great thing about this message, it brings everyone together, and that's why it's called Saints and Aints. And that's why you really don't want to miss it, because there's surprise puppetry there. You guys might remember, Missy Elliott and remember Pharrell when they had the puppets in their song. Well, one of those puppets are going to be there at the event. So you really don't want to miss this.
And if anyone wants more information on any of these events that are happening, the times, dates, location,
www.manifestfv.com/events.
Thank you very much, Doc Scholar. Thank you so much, Dr. Reverend Holland. I've never met a Dr. Reverend before. You know, that's pretty cool, man.
Met one now.
I met one now. So thank you very much for coming on the show, and we'll be right back after the break.
All right.